Okay, this is why it's not your everyday shock pump. Listen to this creak. This is the Topeak 2-in-1 digital shock pump and tire gauge. In this video, I'm gonna test it on both tires and shocks and see if it's worth it. Okay, the shock pump does not turn on, so I'm looking for a battery pull tab, and we sure as heck got one. This is the 2-in-1 shock pump, super unique design that it can flip a dial and do both. If we compare a shock pump, the Topeak one is quite a bit larger. This is a on-the-go tire pump gauge, so we will be replacing those 3 pumps with this one, and let's find out if this can replace everything. Now, I am not a weight weenie by any means, but when it comes to your backpack, it can be super important to have a light backpack. So let's weigh the Topeak 2-in-1. 7.8 ounces. If you weigh stuff in grams, I'll pop it on the screen for you. If we compare it to an all-metal shock pump, it's a little bit heavier. And if we wanted both pumps, we would be at 12 ounces. Now, it may not seem like a lot, but when you're on a long bike ride with a heavy backpack trying to carry as much water as possible, weight is super important. Now, comparing the Topeak 2-in-1 pump to a cheap shock pump made out of plastic, they come in relatively about the same, about 7 ounces. So that tells me the Topeak is mostly made out of plastic, which can make long-term reliability issues because plastic just doesn't last that long. But I can tell you with extreme use, the metal ones don't last long either. Now, when it comes to storage, having 2 pumps in your backpack on a long ride is a complete nightmare. Like, where am I gonna put this? And they're rubbing around together. Taking a look at the Topeak, it's a pretty awesome design. We have a clip on here so it cannot open up to kind of protect itself. Now, no bullshit, this shock pump is pretty big. It's about 10.5 inches long. I think that's 60 centimeters. I'll pop it on the screen, the correct one. So 10.5 inches. It is a substantial piece of equipment to be storing in your backpack when you go for a ride. But having the versatility to fill up your shock and your tires may make it worth it. Hopefully this larger size gives the pump additional pressure so you don't have to pump so hard. Okay, this is close to impossible to get above 180. So you can't do that fast motion you usually do with the shock pump because of this plastic stanchion. It feels like it's gonna break already. The other problem with this shock pump, there's nowhere to grab it unless you press the release button right here. So it's another kind of problem. It's extremely hard to pump the shock up. I'm only at 200 PSI. It only goes to 300 PSI maximum. And like the rest of the world, it's not designed for big people. I oftentimes run more than 300 PSI in my shocks. That was extremely disappointing because I bought this pump primarily as a shock pump, and it is not a good shock pump. It's an emergency use only shock pump is what I found out. Using this as a digital shock pump is like filling your tire up with one of these. Okay, I got a completely flat front tire here. I'm gonna time it, how long it takes to fill up with a Topeak digital floor pump. And then I'm gonna time how long it takes with the Topeak 2-in-1 little handheld pump, and we'll compare the difference. Now we got 30 seconds for the Topeak floor pump. Now let's try the Topeak 2-in-1 pump. All right, that's enough suffering. That's 15 PS. Now, I made that huge boo-boo in the beginning. I had it on the wrong setting and it was almost impossible to put air inside the pump. Once I put it on the high pressure setting, it was still very difficult and slow and time consuming. So this is kind of a bummer if you're gonna use it as your primary shock pump. If you're a backcountry rider in the middle of nowhere like I really like to do, this is definitely a keeper item. Just don't use it every day. I hope this video helped you, and click the video on the screen because we're gonna look at the Topeak floor pump next.